in this video, I'm going to show you how to import a list of contacts into your Pluto account. Now, first off, how do you get to this screen? So you're going to go to Contacts, and you're going to see this big button right here that says Import Contacts. Click that. Now, once you get here, you'll see three different options. First one, Clean My Data. Now, what we recommend is that you clean your data prior to uploading it to Pluto. And what this means in terms of our system is making sure that you're uploading valid email addresses and valid phone numbers. It doesn't make a lot of sense to fill up your CRM with data that really can't be used to communicate with people. We have a built-in tool that would allow you to make sure that those emails you're sending to are legitimate and those phone numbers are also valid as well. So once you have cleaned your data, you can come back to this screen here, and then we'll give you two options. You could import a CSV file, or you could import a Google Sheet. Now in this example, I'm going to go ahead and choose the CSV option, and I'll say import. From here, it's just telling me to find the file that I would like to upload to the system. And I have one ready to go right here. Now, one thing I will note, when you are uploading a file to the system, there's no particular order or way you have to have it set up in terms of headers. What's going to happen is once you upload that file to our system, we're going to read whatever data we can, and then you're going to map it over to the appropriate fields. So what just happened there in a couple of seconds is the system read my CSV file, and it started looking at my different columns. Now from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start mapping it. So I know that this is a phone number. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to say this is the primary phone number. This represents email addresses. And you can see the system's kind of mapping what it knows already. This right here, this is a street address on my CSV. This column represents zip codes. This one, the system didn't auto map, but I know this represents the first name column. And then this represents the last name column. Now, I made this a pretty easy upload. You can upload all kinds of data to our system. And as you go into this dropdown, you're going to see there's lots of different fields you can map. Things like a lead type, a URL, tags, birthdays, anniversary dates, policy numbers, policy types. List goes on and on. Maybe you have a contact with multiple email addresses you want to upload. Maybe they have multiple phone numbers. So lots of different things that you can upload. Maybe you want to upload related contacts. That could be like a spouse or a child. And you want to get their information, email, phone, whatever. So you can make this really easy, or you can get quite complex with the amount of data that you're uploading to the system. Now, if you are adding something to the system that isn't one of our standard fields, what's going to happen is you're going to come here and you're looking for a way to kind of map over that field, and you just don't see anything that makes sense. If that happens, all that's telling you is you have to create the custom field inside of our system first. So if you get stuck in that scenario and you're not sure what to do, just reach out to our team. But most of your common fields are just going to appear right here in the drop-down for you to map over to. All right, so I got this good to go. Up here, if there were any issues, it would tell you. It tells me there's 6 mapped, there's 0 unmapped. If I had some unmapped, I would click here and fix the issue. Now I'm going to hit next. And if I want to give this file a name, I can. I'm just going to leave it with my default name. If there's something that's easier for you to reference, you can always change that. And now we're going to tell the system, okay, how do we want to upload this data? Do we just want to add new records and also update existing records that are already in the CRM? Do we want to look at that file and just add the contact records that are new? Or do we just want to take this new upload and update the existing contact records that are already in the CRM? So these are your options. This is probably going to be your most common, but once you've been using the system for a while and you're just looking to make some changes to the contacts, you'll be using these more. So I'm going to choose Add New and Update Existing Contact Records. You can assign a lead source if you like. I'm going to leave it at the default option. And then if you want to assign these particular contacts to a user on your team, you could do so here. I'll just select Jeff. If you want to upload these contacts with a tag associated with them, you could do so. Now, any tags that you've already created in the system would appear in this dropdown. If you're not seeing any, it's because you haven't created any tags yet. And then you can always add new here. We also give you the option to add these contacts to a smart list. As you use the system more, you'll get a better understanding of what a smart list is, but really it's just a way to kind of filter your contacts into certain groups. So if you have a smart list ready to go in the system, you can associate them here. Next, we're going to ask you if you want to take these contacts and after uploading, do you want us to add them automatically to one of your deals pipelines? If you do, turn the toggle button on, and you're going to select the pipeline that you like and what stage you want to put them in. Now, keep in mind, this is totally optional. We'll leave it off for now. And then we're asking you, do you want to add these contacts to a campaign after the upload? If I turn it on, system's going to say, okay, well, which campaign would you like us to load these contacts into? You would just select it and keep moving. Now, if you do decide upon upload to add these contacts into a particular campaign, you'll see that a new question populated here. We're asking you, would you like us to process the contacts all at once? Meaning, put all those contacts in the campaign ASAP, or do you want us to drip them in over time? Now, if you just have a few contacts, it's no big deal. Just throw them all into the campaign at once. But if you're uploading hundreds or thousands of contacts, you don't want to have them all go into a campaign at once. You want to choose the drip mode option. And the reason for that is you don't want to scare off email and phone providers and make them think that you are a spammer who's just going to send hundreds of thousands of messages all at once. If you choose drip mode, we're going to spread it out, and it's going to look more natural, and it's going to bypass a lot of those spam filters. So if you choose drip mode, you'll see when you want to start this now, or do you want to start it later? Then we're going to ask you, okay, well, how many contacts do you want to process at once? In this example, I'll say I want to process 5 contacts every 2 minutes. From here, you can choose the days that you want this to process. Sunday, Monday through Saturday. Just check the ones that you want. And then you can check this box right here and hit upload. So you see there's a lot of options here, and it may look overwhelming, but just realize you don't have to choose all these. If you just simply want to get your contacts in the system, you can skip a lot of these steps. But we did add some advanced functionality in there. So once you get comfortable with the system, you can kind of skip ahead and have some increased functionality. So I got this set up the way that I like. I'm going to say upload. And you're going to then be presented with this screen where you're going to see, okay, well, the system is working. It's slowly uploading these new contacts to the system. And if you haven't seen much activity in 30 seconds or a minute, you can hit refresh results. You'll see that this page continues to update. Now, depending on the size of your file, it could take a while for all the data to come in there. If it's just a few contacts, that's going to be fairly quick. If you're uploading 20,000 contacts, it's obviously going to take a longer time. So if you have any questions or need assistance uploading contacts in the system, don't hesitate to reach out to our team. But once you've done this a couple times, you'll absolutely get the hang of it. Take care.